Let's make this delicious fresh cannoli. 1 1/4 cups flour, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar. Mix that all together. 2 tablespoons of very chilled butter. We want to work that butter in. Make sure your butter is really, really cold. I find working with a fork helps prevent the butter from melting. So just work that in with a fork. Make a little well in the center and add in 1 egg yolk. Break that up a bit. Add in either a 1/4 cup of vinegar or a 1/4 cup of white wine. Once that's all flaked together, we want to come in and bring our dough together. This is very similar to making a pie crust. I know it seems a little dry, but this will make for a nice crispy cannoli shell. Just keep pressing down until it all comes together. Once your dough has come together, pop that in the fridge and let it rest. For my filling, I want to take about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. And I'm just going to whisk that up. I just want to whisk this until my cream is nice and thick. It's nice and creamy. And that is exactly where I want it. Now we're just going to set our cream aside for a moment and bring in another bowl so that we can work with our ricotta. I have 1 1/2 cups of very strained ricotta cheese. To strain this, you want to strain it as much as you can. And we're just going to put that in there. You don't want a really wet ricotta. I made this myself, so it's a really good quality ricotta, and it tastes really, really good, nice and creamy. If you're using store-bought ricotta, you might want to add some mascarpone cheese to this. It goes really well, and it makes your filling super creamy. But since I'm using my homemade ricotta today, I'm just going to go with the straight-up ricotta. To this, I'm going to add about a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Give it a little bit of a mix. At this point, I also want to add a touch of almond extract. You can also make these with cinnamon. I prefer the almond, so I'm going to add a little bit of almond extract. Oh, that smells so good. I just want to get my spoon out of there. I want to get in there with my mixer and just mix it up until it's nice and fluffy and creamy. I'm ready to mix and fold now. So I'm going to take my heavy cream, take my ricotta mixture, and just bring that in here. I want to take a few chocolate chips, toss them in there, not too many, and grate just a little bit of orange zest onto that. Just a touch, you don't want to overwhelm it. This is a very fragrant orange, and I can smell the zest from here. So just a bit. Gently fold everything together. Oh, this smells so, so good. The orange zest with the almond extract. I grew up in New York, and we would get cannolis all the time from Italian bakeries. And they always had, I guess it's a regional thing as well, they always had the ones with the almond. They were my favorite. So just stir that all in together, and we're going to pop this in the fridge while we make our cannoli shells. This is ready. I'm going to lightly dust my board. Just lightly. My dough is nice and chilled. And I'm just going to roll it out into a nice large square. Keep flipping it. dough is a bit stiff, so you could put this through a pasta machine first. I find doing it like this is just easier. Just keep rolling out until it's nice and thin. Trim the edges off. And set them aside. I'm just going to measure real quick and try to get them all evenly sized. Put these on the side here. To get these on our shell, we're going to just pop them on here. We're just going to brush with a little egg wash to make sure that seals shut. Pop the next one on. Brush. And seal shut. Brush the edge, with a little egg wash, pop it on, and continue with the rest. To fry these up, we preheat our oil and just drop them in there. Look at that nice puffiness the cannoli has. This dough works really well with the vinegar. Oh, look at that, that looks lovely. This is about ready. Oh, beautiful. Look at that, that looks amazing. Just continue cooking them. We are ready to assemble. So I'm just going to put my cream in a bag, pop it in there. Bring that all the way to the bottom. Twist this end. I'm going to bring this in closer, grab one of my shells. They came out beautifully. And let's get these filled. Just pop the end in. One side, flip it around, and do the other side. Grab the next one. Squeeze that cream in there. Oops, losing a chip. Flip it around. These fill up so easily. Once they're filled, I like to dip the edges. This is totally optional. You can dip them into sprinkles. I prefer chocolate chips, so I'm just gonna get some of those on there. You can either dip them in. I like to just get a few on the edges there. Grab the next one, whoops. Final touch, a little powdered sugar. Final dash of sugar on these as well. And we're done. I'm gonna have one just because I want you to see how flaky and wonderful these shells come out. They're so amazing. You can hear that crunch. I'm just gonna cut it. Hear that crunch? Look at that. These come out absolutely amazing. Look at how flaky that is. The vinegar works beautifully. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more recipes like this.